Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this series of videos, we will explore APPSC DL Computer Science previous paper. So this is the first video on the series. So in this video we will discuss about the Computer Science Degree Lecture 2012 paper 3. So here there are 150 questions and each question carries 2 marks. So total 300 marks. I will explore each question in a simple way such that it will be easy for you to prepare for the upcoming degree lecture exams. So let us start the video. You can download this question paper from the APPSC official website. So coming to the first question. The first question is the storage place that holds data and instruction temporarily within the CPU. So we have to find out at which place data and instructions are temporarily stored within the CPU. So within the CPU we have registers and we use a bus to transfer the data and we use the accumulators also in CPU. Right? So here option 3 is the correct answer, that is the register. Register is the fastest memory within the CPU used for immediate operations. So option 3 is correct one. Next. Which of the following supports the concept of multiple inheritance? So here C++ allows a class to inherit from multiple base classes and Java does not directly support multiple inheritance. So we can achieve the multiple inheritance in Java by using some interfaces, but so which one directly supports the multiple inheritance in C++? So option 1 is the correct answer. Next. Which of the following statements is false? A tree contains a cycle. Every tree is a graph. A tree with n nodes contains n-1 edges. So here all the options are correct except first one, that is a tree contains a cycle. A tree doesn't contain any cycle. Right? Trees by definition are acyclic, that means they doesn't have any cycle. So option 1 is false. So remaining options, every tree is a graph is correct and tree with n nodes contain n-1 edges is also correct. So option 1 is the correct answer. So which is the false one? So false is the option 1. Match the following typical example problems with suitable algorithm design diagrams. So given some set of problems here with the algorithm design. So minimal spanning tree, binary search algorithm, depth first search, optimization. So these are the problems and we have to through the which algorithm we can solve this problem, that we have to match here. So here divide and conquer technique. So we use the divide and conquer technique using the binary search algorithm can be solved here. So binary search tree is the correct option for the. So binary search algorithm can be solved using the divide and conquer technique, whereas the minimal spanning tree can be solved using the greedy method technique, and the depth first search can be solved using the backtracking method, and optimization can be solved using the natural language processing (NLP). So the correct matching is A, 2, B1, C4 and D3. That is the option 1 is the correct answer. So next one. What is the output of the following Pascal program segment? So given a Pascal program segment, we have to find out the output of the given program. So in Pascal, parameters are passed by value by default. This means that, so here given the function, procedure means function here with parameters k and j declared as integers. So k and j are declared as integers. So this k and j are inside a local copies here. So we are going to pass the parameters, that is m equals to 5, n equals to 3 when r of m comma n function is called. So this calls procedure r with m equals to 5 and n equals to 3 and this passes the values to the k and then to j. Okay. So now temporary value equals to m. So m value is 5. So here 5. So 5 equals to m equals to n. That means m equals to n means it will become 3 and n equals to 10. So n equals to the temporary value, that is it will become 5. So here the values of m and n are swapped. So inside when the R of m comma n procedure calls, so then the values get to the procedure and this value get incremented here. Okay, but it won't get printed here because the parameters are passed by value. The original values of m and n will remain unchanged. So that means m will be 5 only, n equals to 3 only. So it can't get incremented here. Okay, so that's why option 5 comma 3 is the correct answer. Okay. So next question is 6th one. Which of the following statements is false? So from the given option, we need to find out the false option. So an unambiguous grammar has the same leftmost and rightmost derivation. So it is false because normally ambiguous grammar means it has more than one tree, parse tree. But here unambiguous grammar means there will be only one tree, one parse tree will be there for any string. But leftmost and rightmost derivations can still be different. So that's why option 1 is, so that's why option 1 is correct. Next one, second one. And LL of one parser is a top-down parser. So it is also true because LL of one parser scan from left to right. So LL means left to right and construct a parse tree top-down. AALR is more powerful than SLR. So this one is also true. So look ahead LR is more powerful because it can handle a large class of grammars than SLR. And option 4. So it is false. An unambiguous grammar can never be LR of K for any key. So LR of K parsers require unambiguous grammar, meaning an unambiguous grammar can be LR of K. So option 4 is the false. Next, with respect to paging, which of the following is false? So we know that paging, in the case of paging, so what will happen? So we are going to divide the we are going to divide a program into multiple number of pages which are of equal size and load them into the main memory for execution. So that is the concept of paging. So why do we go for paging? Means, so if you use a paging, you can avoid the external fragmentation, but there will be some little bit internal fragmentation. Okay. So paging eliminates the external fragmentation because every page is mapped to a fixed size frame. So paging does have internal fragmentation since the last page of a process might not completely fill the allocated frame. So since it doesn't suffer from the external fragmentation, so option 3 is false. It suffers from both the internal and external fragmentation. The next question, relation R with an associated set of functional dependencies F is decomposed into BCNF. The redundancy in the resulting set of relation is. So we know that in the normalization, so first normal form has a second normal form and then third normal form and then inside there is a BCNF. Right. So this is the hierarchy followed in the normalization. That means if your functional dependency is in second normal form, then it must satisfy the first normal form. So if your functional dependency is satisfying the Boyce-Codd normal form, means it must have satisfied the third normal form. Right? And the third normal form has actually followed the second normal form. Right? So here option 2 is the correct one. Why? Because BCNF is a stronger form of third normal form. Okay, and it will eliminate the redundancy caused by the functional dependencies, and BCNF decomposition doesn't always preserve all functional dependencies. So that's why option 2 is correct. That is more than 0 but less than that of an equivalent third normal form. Third normal form ensures dependency preservation, so it may introduce some redundancy to retain all functional dependencies. And BCNF eliminates more redundancy than third normal form but may still introduce some redundancy in certain cases where dependency preservation is lost. So option 2 is correct. A wireframe model is. So a wireframe model is a visual representation of an electronic representation of a 3D physical object. A wireframe model is a skeletal representation of a 3D object using lines and curves. It shows the vertices and edges without surfaces or textures. So that's why option 1 is the correct answer. Next. In which layer of the OSA model, DBMS and email software are found? See, you must be clear about the different layers in the OSI model, the functionalities of the each layer, and what are the different protocols used in the each layer. So here DBMS and email software are found in the application layer. Why? Because a user can directly interact with the application layer only. So a user can't interact with any of the remaining 6 layers. You can directly interact only with the application. So remember one thing, a user only can interact with the program, right? So not the machine. So user can interact with the applications. So option 3 is the correct answer. The consistency model supported in IVY, that is integrated shared virtual memory at Yale is, so here IVY, integrated shared virtual memory, is a distributed shared virtual memory system developed at Yale University. It allows multiple computers to share a single virtual memory space. That means there is one memory shared by multiple number of processes. There are multiple number of processes sharing a single memory. Okay. So here it ensures the sequential consistency. All the processes see memory updates in the same order. So though it may not be same in the real time, so all the processes will almost see the memory updates in the same order. So in IVY, to maintain a consistent view of shared memory across multiple nodes, we use the sequential consistency. So at a time, all the updates will be gone from the memory to the process, all the process. So option 1 is correct answer. Next one. Dash is the assurance that the application will perform its intended function with the required precision over an extended period of time. So which is the assurance that the application will perform any intended function with a particular amount of time. So normally a software quality is measured based on attributes like compatibility, reliability, maintainability, and portability. So compatibility means it works on multiple platforms. The design software will work on multiple platforms. And reliability means it works without any failure over time. And maintainability means so we can easily fix any update, or if there is any bugs, we can easily fix. And portability. Portability means it runs across different environments. So since the question asks about assuring an application performs reliably over an extended period, so the best answer is option 2, that is reliability. Next. Which sorting method is best suited for external sorting? So sorting is a fundamental operation in computer science. So why do we use the sorting method? To arrange data in a particular order. So it may be either ascending order or descending order. So sorting techniques are classified into 2 types, that is internal sorting and external sorting. So what is meant by internal sorting? Sorting which is done completely within the memory, that is within the main memory or RAM, is called as internal sorting. So it is used when the data set is small enough to fit into the memory. So the data set is small to fit into the RAM, then we can use the internal sorting. Some of the examples are bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, mid sort, quick sort, heap sort, etc. Then what about the external sorting? So external sorting means sorting that uses the external memory, that is hard drive, SSD or disk, because the data set is too large to fit into the RAM or main memory. So it is used for big data processing. So some of the external sorting algorithms are external merge sort, multi-way merge sort, and replacement selection sort. So these are the different types of external sorting algorithms. So here the merge sort is the correct answer. Option 3 is the correct answer, because so we use the external merge sort, polyphase merge sort, or multi-way merge sort here. So that's why external sort is the merge sort is the correct answer. Next, 13th one. The 14th one. Which of the following is a symmetric key algorithm? So from the given algorithms, we have to find out which is the symmetric key algorithm. So here all of them are the so we have 2 types of algorithms, that is symmetric and asymmetric key algorithms. So symmetric key cryptography uses the same key for both encryption and decryption. So some of the examples of symmetric key algorithms are Blowfish, AES, IDEA, etc. And for asymmetric cryptography, So we use different keys for encryption and decryption. That means we use a public-private key pair. The example is RSA. So all of the above is the correct answer. So all of them are symmetric algorithms. Which of the following is a random access memory? So primary memory refers to random access memory which allows directed access to any memory location without following a sequence. So we can directly access the particular address location if we know the address. Okay. Disk and tape are the secondary storage devices that access data sequentially. Whereas the read-only memory is a type of a non-volatile memory, but it is not a primary memory used for active processing. So the correct answer is option 3, wrong. And it allows random access, but it is not volatile like a RAM. The next one. The main difference between a CISC and a RISC processor is. So CISC stands for Complex Instruction Set Computer and RISC stands for Reduced Instruction Set Computing. So here the complex instruction set, that means we have the complex instructions to execute, and reduced instruction set means we have fewer or simpler instructions and we require more registers in the RISC. Okay. In the CISC we have a complex instruction, that means we have complex or more instructions and complex addressing modes. RISC is optimized for pipelining and is easier to implement using the hardwired control logic. So since all given statements are characteristics on the RISC, the correct option is 4, that is all of the above. The next question. What is the proper way of defining a class in Java so that it cannot be a subclass? Class A, abstract final class A final class A. So in Java, a class is prevented from being subclassed by declaring it as a final. So if a particular class is declared as a final, then it cannot be subclassed. Final class A ensures that no other class can extend A. So option 4 is the correct answer. That is the final class A. Next. DFS uses the following data structure to hold nodes that are waiting to be processed. So we use the queues for BFS, breadth first search, because BFS is a level order traversal algorithm that explores all neighbors before moving to the next level. So it will search level wise. So in the case of the breadth first search, so the search will be here level wise. Suppose there is a tree, so it will search level wise. So it will first search the level 0, level 1 and then level 2. But in the case of the DFS, it will search depth wise. Depth means starting from the root to the child node. And then starting from the child to the remaining, it will traverse again to the root. So in this manner, DFS will work. So in DFS we use the queues for we use the queue data structure, whereas we use the stack data structure in the DFS. So option 1 is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a right diagram for solving the 0 by 1 knapsack problem? The 0 by 1 knapsack problem is commonly solved using the dynamic programming and branch and bound technique. So greedy optimization doesn't always give an optimal solution for 0 by 1 knapsack. It works well for the fractional knapsack problem. And divide and conquer is not typically used to solve the knapsack problems efficiently. So option 4, that is divide and conquer, is the correct answer. So we can use the greedy for a fractional knapsack problem, not for 0 1 knapsack problem. So option 1 is the correct answer. 4 is the correct answer. Next, 20th one. Dash is the enforcement of a clear separation between the abstract properties of a data type and concrete details of its implementation. So here data abstraction refers to hiding implementation details while exposing only essential features. Data abstraction is the general programming principle. So that's why data abstraction is the correct answer. Type checking is normally done during. So type checking is normally done during the syntax data transmission. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, system call easy. So what is a system call? A system call allows programs to request services from the OS such as file handling, process management, and I/O operations. It is a privilege, that means it requires the OS intervention. So correct answer is a mechanism used by a program to request service from the OS. That is option 1 is the correct answer. Next, consider a schema R of ABCD and functional dependency A to B relation and C to D relation. Then the decomposition of R into R1 of AB and R2 of CD is. First of all, lossless join. So lossless join means we can reconstruct the original relation from decomposed tables without losing any information. And dependency preserving means the original functional dependencies can be enforced without computing any joins. So here A to B and C to D here. So A to B is preserved in the relation of AB and C to D is preserved in the relation to CD. So however, there is no common attribute between the two relations, meaning we cannot join them back to reconstruct the original relation. So here the lossless join rule is violated here. So that's why option 3 is the correct answer. That is, it is a dependency preserving and not lossless join. So 3 is the correct answer. The equation used to describe curves are referred as. So DDA means digital differential analyzer is an algorithm for rasterizing lines but not curves. So these are not correct answer. And spline curves. Spline curves are used in computer graphics and CAD applications for smooth curve fitting. So option 2 is the correct answer. And let us see the third option also. Matrix equations are used in transformation operations. So option 2 is the correct answer. Which of the following are regarded as WAN protocols? Frame relay, SLIP, IEEE 802.6, X.25. WAN protocols include the frame relay, which is used for the packet switching networks, and the SLIP, serial line internet protocol, outdated but used for point-to-point IP connections, and IEEE 802.6. So it is used in the MAN connections, that is Metropolitan Area Network Standard, used in the WANs, and X.25, that is an area networking protocol for packet switching networks. So correct answer is all of the above. In client-server architecture, caching at server side is done to avoid the delay due to. So given some options here. So the correct answer is option 3, both disk and network latency. So disk latency refers to the time taken to retrieve data from a hard disk, and network latency refers to the delays in transmitting data over the network. Next, 27. Dash testing is a software testing technique that uses a combination of black box testing and white box testing. So the correct answer is gray box testing. So black box testing focus on external behavior. So we don't have any knowledge of the internal code, what's happening inside the box. Right. That's why it's called as a black box. We don't know the internal functionality. It focuses only on the external behavior. And white box testing examines internal structure of the code. And gray box testing combines both approaches, testing both functionality and internal code logic. So option 3 is the correct answer. So next one, 28. Ensuring the quality of service requested is the responsibility of which OSM1 layer? Network layer, transport layer, presentation layer, and session layer. So here, so quality of service deals with ensuring reliable data transmission, condition control, and flow control. So option transport layer is the correct answer. So quality of service is the responsibility of the transport layer. Next, a firewall is a software or hardware, neither software nor hardware. A firewall can be implemented as either a software or a hardware. So how can we implement a firewall as a software? So by using the Windows firewall or IP tables. And how can we use the firewall as a hardware is through the dedicated network security appliances. So option 3 is the correct answer. Which of the following results in fastest access? So given the different types of memory here, we need to find out the fastest accessible memory. The memory hierarchy in computing is registers is the fastest and CD, that is compact disk, is the slowest one. Okay, so registers has the fastest computing. Next, cache memory, RAM, hard disk, and CD. So registers are the fastest since they are part of CPU, and CD and hard disk have significantly higher access times. So that's why answer 3, option 3 is the correct answer, registers. Interrupt-driven input-output is a type of input-output transfer that relies on hardware only, software only, relies on both software and hardware, relies on neither hardware nor software. Interrupt-driven input-output allows a device to notify the CPU when it is ready for data transfer, reducing the CPU idle time. Hardware is responsible for generating the interrupt signals, and software handles these interrupts and manages data transfer. So thus it relies on both hardware and software. Option 3 is the correct answer. Next. Ad hoc polymorphism in Java is manifested in. Ad hoc polymorphism refers to different ways of achieving polymorphism in Java. So coercion means implicit type conversion. Overloading and overriding means defining multiple methods with the same name but different parameters or behaviors. Hiding and abstract methods. Class inheritance and method abstraction contribute to polymorphism. So option 4, that is all of the above, are correct answer. Data structure that is used to implement recursion is. Recursion works using a stack as function calls are stored in the call stack. So option 1 is the correct answer. Yes. 8 queens problem can be solved by. So we can solve the 8 queens problem by using all these techniques. 8 queens problem involves placing 8 queens on a chessboard so that no 2 queens attack each other. So here you can see the figure. In the figure, we have to place the queens in chessboard such that they won't attack each other. So a queen can go in straight way or in a narrow way. That means it can go in a diagonal way or in a straight way. So it can satisfy the brute force. That means it checks all possible arrangements by using the brute force method, and it uses the backtracking method also by placing the queens, avoiding conflicts, and it can apply DFS technique also. So correct answer is all of the above. So what is meant by ADT? ADT means abstract data type. It defines both the data structure and the operations that we perform. So what are the data structures? Stacks, queues, linked list, hash. So these are the data structures. On operations that we perform on the data structures in the stack, we perform the push and pop operations. Similarly, in queues, we use the NQ and DQ operations. Right? So like that, in each data structure, we perform certain operations. So that's why it defines both the set of data with its operations. 3 is the right answer. A linker is given object modules for a set of programs that were compiled separately. What information need not be included in an object module? So option 4 is the correct answer. Absolute address of internal symbols. So we know the object code for execution, and we use the relocation bits for adjusting addresses when loading into memory, and we use the external symbols for linking multiple modules. Absolute address of internal symbol is not needed as address or assigned during the linking. So option 4 is the correct answer. Next. Critical section problem refers to. So critical section problem deals with the synchronizing process that share non-shareable resources. For example, memory, files, I/O, input-output devices, etc. If multiple processes can access these resources simultaneously, it can lead to race conditions or inconsistency. So option 2, that is a non-shareable resource, is the correct answer. Example of transaction systems are. So we use a transactions system in banking, railway ticket booking, stock trading, all these options, right? The transaction systems ensure asset properties, that is atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability for operations that must be completed reliably. So banking, railway ticket booking, stock trading all require transaction processing to maintain data integrity. So option 4 is the correct answer, all of the above. The main drawback of a DDA line drawing algorithm is. So DDA, that stands for the Digital Differential Analyzer, is an incremental method for line drawing which computes successive points using the floating point operation. The drawback of floating point calculations is it will make it slower than integer-based algorithms like Bressenham's line drawing algorithm. So, however, DDA doesn't have exponential time complexity; it has a linear time complexity. So that's why option 2, it requires floating point arithmetic operations, is the correct answer. It is a drawback of a DDA line drawing algorithm. Next. 48. 10 base 2 uses dash cable while 10 base 5 uses dash cable. So 10 base 2, which is a cheaper net, uses the thin coaxial cable that supports up to 185 meters, whereas the 10 base 5 thick Ethernet uses the thick coaxial cable supports 500 meters. So option 2, thin and thick coaxial cables are correct. With a 10 base 2, here 2 stands for 200 meters approximately. That is 185 meters it is supporting. Whereas 10 base 5 means 500 meters. Okay. Thick coaxial cable supports 500 meters. What is the sender in the context of distributed scheduling? Distributed scheduling balances workloads across multiple nodes. A sender is a node that transfers tasks to other nodes. A lightly noded node or an idle node can send tasks to balance system performance. So options 2 and 3 are correct answers. Next. Equivalence partitioning is. So equivalence partitioning is a black box testing technique that divides input data into partitions to reduce the number of test cases. It can be used at all levels of testing, including unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. So option 3, a black box testing technique appropriate to all levels of testing, is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a UML diagram? So UML, that means a unified modeling language. Unified modeling language is used for software design and includes several types of diagrams like class diagrams, use case diagrams, interaction diagrams, and state diagrams like that. So here the process state diagram represents system states and transitions, which is a part of OS and automata theory, but not a part of UML diagram. So that's why option 3 is the correct answer. So 44. Which of the following is true? So the question is about the intrusion detection system, IDS. Okay, so IDS detects the suspicious activities and alerts the administrators. So we must know about the IDS and IPS here. What is in the IPS? IPS means intrusion prevention system. It goes a further step from IDS by preventing further unauthorized actions. So IDS does not prevent attacks. We can only detect the attacks in it. We can only detect the suspicious activities using the intrusion detection system. But using the intrusion prevention system, we can prevent the attacks. So option 4 is correct one, all of them. Which of the following is an interactive graphical input device? So option 2 is the correct answer. That is the mouse. So interactive graphical input device allows users to interact with the graphical elements on the screen. So here keyboard and mouse are input devices and monitor is an output device. So option 2 is the correct answer. That is the keyboard. So keyboard and mouse. Well, 1 and 2 are correct answer. Keyboard operation is based on dash principle. So it is based on electromechanical principle. In software engineering, KLOC means KLOC full form is kilo lines of code, measures software size and complexity. It doesn't measure cohesion or coupling directly. So option 3 is the correct answer. That is thousands line of code. So kilo lines means 1000 here. Option 3 is the correct answer. In the context of operating systems, a privileged instruction can be executed by the kernel on behalf of the requesting process. So option 2 is the correct answer. What is meant by privileged instructions? Privileged instructions include operations like input-output control, memory management, and process scheduling. So only the kernel can execute these instructions. Next, which of these can be successfully tested using the loop testing methodology? Loop testing is a type of white box testing used to validate loop constructs in a program. It involves testing simple loops, nested loops, concatenated loops for correctness and performance. Since all loop types can be tested using this methodology, the correct answer is all of the above. Next one. In the context of distributing scheduling, non-preemptive task transfers are also called. Non-preemptive task transfers refer to the movement of tasks between systems without interrupting the execution. Primitive task transfer, task placement, and task migration are all types of task transfer in distributed scheduling. So option 4 is the correct answer. Dialog control is the function of which layer of OSI model? So it is a dialog control is the function of session layer which manages communication session between the devices. It ensures that dialogues are established, maintained, and terminated properly. So option 3 is correct answer. Dash deals with establishing physical correct quantitative relationship between real systems and models of those real systems. So here simulation refers to creating a digital model to mimic real world behavior. Whereas the modeling involves designing abstract representation of a system. Both simulation and modeling are used together to ensure quantitative accuracy in system design and analysis. A directed graph which represents the deadlock is called. A wait for graph is a directed graph where nodes represent process and edges represent resource dependencies. A cycle in the graph indicates a deadlock. So option 2, wait for graph is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a solution to critical section problem? So here semaphore, monitor, and critical region are solutions to the critical section problem as they help in process synchronization, whereas the access matrix is a security mechanism used in OS for access control. It is not a solution to critical section problem. So option 3 is the correct answer. Access time of the symbol table will be logarithmic if it is implemented by linear list, hash table, search tree, and self-organizing list. So linear list will search, it will take big O of n time for searching, and hash table provides big O of 1 average access time but not logarithmic, whereas a balanced binary search tree gives big O of log n access time, and self-organizing list improves frequently accessed items but doesn't guarantee logarithmic time. So answer option 3 is the correct answer. The next question is, Logic programming is the logic programming, that is, for example, Prolog is based on formal logic rather than procedural instructions. It applies mathematical logic to programming, that is, facts and rules. So here option 1 is the correct answer. The use of mathematical logic for computer programming. So we know that mathematical logic like proportional logic, predicate logic, so that logic we will use here in the logical programming. Technique often used in game tree search algorithms through the use of alpha-beta pruning is. Alpha-beta pruning is an optimization technique used in the minimax algorithm that is used in the game tree. It prunes, that means pruning means cutting. It prunes or eliminates unnecessary branches to speed up the search process. So here branch and bound is the correct paradigm for pruning unwanted states. So 2 is the correct answer. T8. A famous quote of Nicholas Ritz states that algorithm plus data structure equals to. Nicholas Ritz quote algorithm plus data structure is equals to program emphasizes that both components are essential for creating the program, that is algorithm and data structure. Which of the following is false with respect to Java bytecode? Bytecode is a platform-independent code executed by the Java virtual machine. Java virtual machine can interpret bytecode or compile it using just-in-time compilation. Bytecode is typically stored in the method area, making all statements true. That is the option 4 is the correct answer. That is none of the above is false. Which of the following devices should get higher priority in assigning interrupts? Interrupt priority is assigned based on urgency and response time requirements. Keyboard interrupts require immediate attention for real-time interaction. Hard disk and printer operations can tolerate some delay. So that's why option 4 is correct answer. Keyword. The most appropriate matching for the following page is. So first of all, what is the indirect addressing? Indirect addressing is used with pointers to access memory locations. Immediate addressing. The operand is provided directly as a constant value in the immediate addressing, and auto increment addressing. So this concept is useful in loops where index values automatically increment. So option 4 is the correct answer. Next, 62. Which of the following is true with respect to Java? So this question is about the abstract classes in Java. Abstract classes cannot be instantiated. You can't create an object of an abstract class. It can be subclass, that is, you can inherit other classes that implement abstract methods. So option 3, that is the correct answer. The infix form of prefix expression into plus abc is. The infix form of prefix expression into plus abc. So here, first of all, we must take this plus ab. So a plus ab can be written as a plus b, right, into c. In the infix form, the operators will come between the operands. So a plus b into c. So correct answer is option 2. Which of the following is the right paradigm for solving the popular Sudoku program? Sudoku solving involves trying different number placements and backtracking when conflicts occur. Backtracking is the most suitable paradigm as it explores possible solutions recursively and undoes invalid choices. So option 1, that is backtracking, is the correct answer. Next. Which of the following Bernstein's conditions is false? Given two statements, S1 and S2, and their read and write states. Bernstein's conditions ensure statements S1 and S2 can execute in parallel by avoiding conflicts. Condition 3, that is R of S1 intersection R of S2, states that there is no overlap in read sets of both statements. Reading the same data doesn't cause dependency issues, so this condition is false. So option 3 is the correct answer. Heap allocation is required for which type of languages? Heap allocation is needed for dynamic memory management techniques. Dynamic data structure, that is linked list, trees, etc., require heap memory to allocate and free space at runtime. So option 2 is the correct answer. It supports dynamic data structures. Next, thrashing is. Thrashing occurs when excessive paging reduces CPU efficiency due to frequent page faults. It leads to poor CPU utilization because the system spends too much time swapping pages. So here most of the time is wasted swapping the pages. So that's why this thrashing will occur. So a phenomenon where CPU utilization is very poor is called as thrashing. So that is option 2 is the correct answer. B plus trees are referred to binary trees in database because B plus trees are widely used in databases due to their efficiency in disk-based storage. Disk access is much slower than memory access, and B plus trees minimize the number of disk accesses needed to find a record. So option 2, that is the disk access is much slower than memory access, is correct answer. The most commonly used methods of representing curved surfaces in computing. Curved surfaces in graphics are commonly represented using mathematical methods like Bezier surfaces and B-spline surfaces. So here Bezier surfaces defined using control points and B-spline surfaces are more flexible and general than Bezier. So option 3, both 1 and 2 are correct. Early Ethernet implementations up to and including 10-base all used the dash encoding data method. 10-base Ethernet uses Manchester encoding where a bit is split into two halves. So here first half represents the 0, that is high to low transition, and 1 is represented by a low to high transition. So option 3, Manchester encoding is the correct answer. So this represents the high to low, that is 0, and low to high, that is 1. Which of the following is a stateful server? A stateful server maintains client session information between requests. So here Internet Information Server IIS is a web server that keeps session states. Sun NFS server retains client information to provide seamless network file access, whereas the SFS server is a stateful file system. So all of the above is the correct answer. Next. Which of the following is a model of a software development lifecycle? So SDLC models include waterfall model, which is linear and sequential development approach, Chavos model that focus on flexibility in software development, and spiral model, which is a combination of iterative development and risk management. So option 4 is the right answer. Which of the following can be used as a load metric in a distributed environment? Load metrics help in load balancing across multiple servers. So here queue length means measures the waiting task in a system, and CPU utilization measures how busy the CPU is. Both are valid metrics for measuring system load. So option 1 and 2 is correct answer. Which of the following is false with respect to a virtual private network? VPNs provide encrypted communication over public networks. But not all VPNs require explicit security features such as authentication, content encryption. Some VPNs may use basic tunneling without additional encryption. So option 3, that is, VPNs need to have explicit security features, is false because some VPNs may not have encryption. Next one. Which of the following is an auxiliary storage device? Auxiliary storage devices or secondary storage devices store data permanently under non-volatile. So non-volatile means it will retain the data even though the power is switched off. So examples are tape, disk and pen drive. So here tape is used for backup and archival storage, and disk, that is hard disk or solid state drives, are example of this, and pen drive, that is USB stick, is a portable storage. So option 4, all of the above is the correct answer. So these are the questions covered in the computer science previous degree lecture question paper. So we have seen the first 75 questions here. So we will solve the remaining 75 questions in the next part. Thanks for watching the video.